Hello, everybody. My name is Jared Wells, and welcome back to the Wise Media Podcast. Today I am alone to start off the year, but that's okay. I'm going to try to be as entertaining as I can alone. Kind of new, haven't done this since my first podcast, but we'll get to it anyway. Um, so I want to shout out my friend Mo Stacks real quick before we start this. Mo Stacks is a rapper I've known for years, and he's pretty good. He's a good rapper. He dropped a song. Oh man, I don't even know. A week ago or something. It's really dope. I'll link it down below. Most Dex on SoundCloud. He's dope, man. He's a dope rapper. He's a cool dude. What up, dude? Yeah, dude. Yeah, guys, go check him out. Go, hit him up. Don't hit him up. Just check out his music. Um, but yeah, so I just want to, plug his stuff for a minute. And honestly, he's a cool dude. I've known him for a long time, and there you go. I'm kind of awkward doing plugs and advertisements and stuff. Anyway, I'll get used to it later. But today we actually have a lot of news to get to. Okay, a lot of news. The first news I want to talk about today is the AEW news, which is, oh man, AEW, man. I cannot believe it's official. AEW, All Elite Wrestling. That's right. The rumors are true. The Elite, Cody Rhodes, the Bucks, Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, they're all starting their own wrestling promotion with Joseph Kahn, the son of the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is really interesting and also really cool. Yeah, I love that this is going to be a real thing. I'm very excited. Um, I'm just, man, that's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. Another thing I want to talk about, there really isn't a lot of news about AEW yet. But there is something important happening today. The day this comes out, which is the 4th of January. Okay, the 4th of January. It's Impact Wrestling's um January pay-per-view Homecoming, which I bought and will be watching. I promise you that. Um so honestly, I'm very excited for that. I cannot wait. I really want to watch that. And I want to go through the card and kind of give my predictions on it. Um Let me just find it real quick. I don't know where it is. Fuck. Yeah, but so I'll talk while I'm looking for this also. Um, so as most of you know, I'm the only one doing the podcast at the moment. Um, which is fine. I don't have an issue with it, to be honest. I know I'm saying a lot, but I'm kind of trying to think of what to say about it. But you know, Aaron isn't a part of this anymore, which is fine. I honestly just don't care. He left. He didn't want to tell me about it, so he left. I've been talking about this a lot, especially on my YouTube channel, but it's something that is really, really, uh, important to me because of what happened. I just, it honestly sucks because he was supposed to be my friend, and he turned on me. I just, it's crazy to think that someone I thought was a good friend turned out to be just another person that came and went in my life. I don't really understand why it happened like that, but it did. It happened. I have to get over it. I know. Um, it just kind of sucks because I really thought, he was, He's gonna be my friend for a while, but I mean, 3 years isn't like a short time or anything, but shorter than most of my friendships, which kind of sucks to be honest. Um, but hey, what can you do? I'm not finding this anywhere. But anyway, guys, yeah, just it just sucks. I know most people probably don't want to hear it, just because I've been talking about it a lot, but it just sucks. And I feel like the more I talk about it, the more I'll feel okay after. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get into Impact. Impact's Homecoming. Again, like always, this card probably won't is not in order on here as it will be on the actual one. So be open for some changes. But this is the first match I'm going to talk about is probably going to be it's the main event of the pay-per-view. So sorry. Johnny Impact versus Brian Cage. Johnny Impact is the Impact World Champion. And honestly, I think he's going to lose it. I do. I don't think he's going to hold it till Bound for Glory. I think he's going to lose it in this match against Brian Cage because Brian Cage is on the rise. And honestly, I would like to see him win a big championship. I haven't really followed Brian Cage very much throughout his career, so this will be very interesting. I can't wait for that match. I like Johnny Impact, or John Morrison, as most people know him. So we'll see. We'll see who wins. The second match on here is Tessa Blanchard, who is the Knockouts champion, versus Taya Valkyrie. Taya, I think that's how you say her name. With Gail Kim as a special guest referee. I like Gail Kim. I thought she was pretty good in WWE, but she's way better than in TNA/Impact. Actually, I think she only wrestled in TNA. Anyway, that's the point. I think Tessa's gonna keep it. Just because Taya, I don't think she's up there yet, like for championship material. So I don't think she's gonna win it yet. She may win it Bound for Glory or something, but I don't think she's gonna win it here. I think Tessa's gonna keep it. Maybe Gail Kim will get involved somehow. I mean, she is the guest referee. Who knows? Third match on here: Jake Christ, I think, versus Ethan Page versus Rich Swann versus Trey Miguel. I think Trey Miguel is the one in the Rascals faction, which is I really like that faction. Don't ask me why. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's for the X Division Championship, which I don't think is a real division anymore. We got Ethan Page. The X Division was supposed to be like a cruiserweight, just light heavyweight division, but it has not been that in a while now. So I don't really know. I don't really know who's gonna win this. If I'm being honest, I want to come down to either Rich Swann or Trey Miguel. Cause I always like Rich Swann ever since he was in WWE. He's a good wrestler. I like watching his matches. Trey Miguel, he's a pretty good wrestler too. I gotta say. So either one of those two. I'm not a huge Ethan Page fan. I don't even know who Jake Christ is. I keep wanting to say Christ because that's how it looks. The next match, the Latin American Exchange. Or LAX. That's what LAX stands for? That's weird. Santana and Ortiz, who are the Impact World Tag Team Champions, versus the Lucha Bros, Rey Fenix and Pentagon Jr. Pentagon has been on a roll lately. Him and Rey are tag team champions in multiple different companies. So I would not be surprised if they won these tag team championships either here or maybe Bound for Glory or something. So I don't know. They could win them here. LAX could keep them. I kind of want LAX to keep them and drop it to the Rascals sometime. If I'm being honest. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I kind of want LAX to keep them just so they can drop them to someone else. Because Rey Fenix and Pentagon, they don't really need these championships. I mean, they're already at the top of most wrestling lists. So yeah, I don't see them losing here. I'm gonna go with LAX for that one. 5, Abyss versus Eli Drake in a Monsters Ball match. I gotta be honest, I've never seen a Monsters Ball match before. So this is gonna be interesting to watch. I like Abyss. I like Eli Drake. I kind of want Abyss to win just because he's been there the entire time. And Abyss deserves a lot of wins. I mean, Abyss is just one of those wrestlers that just he's worked for so long. I feel like he deserves a championship by now. The last match we're gonna talk about today is Eddie Edwards versus Moose in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And if I'm being honest, I think Raven, who has recently returned to Impact, I think Raven's gonna interfere somehow on Eddie Edwards' behalf. I mean, they were in the mental asylum together, and yes, if you haven't watched Impact lately, yes, I said Eddie Edwards and Raven were in a mental institution in kayfabe. While Moose, for some reason, has a girlfriend in kayfabe, and is like the highest paid wrestler in Impact, which I think is odd. Honestly, this is all my opinion because I'm the only one doing this right now. But honestly, I feel like Eddie Edwards is gonna win with some Raven influence in here. Um, Now personally, gotta get those P's in there for you. Personally, I think Impact is on the rise again because this card is so different than what they had when I started watching in 2016. I mean, yeah, Brian Cage. I don't know who Taya Valkyrie really is. Tessa Blanchard's been there for a while. Ethan Page, Rich Swann, Trey Miguel, Santana and Ortiz are pretty new. The Lucha Bros, I guess. Uh, I mean, that's really it. Moose was there when I started watching, but man, this card, Impact is getting so good now. I can't believe. And Sami Callihan, give it up for Sami Callihan. I mean, honestly, man, I feel like this is the new era of Impact Wrestling, and I think it's actually going to give us another viable option to WWE, along with New Japan, ROH, and even AEW coming up later this year. It's okay. Now I know what a lot of people are going to say. I know a lot of people are not going to. In my opinion, and this is just my humble opinion, this seems like a this seems like the best time to be a wrestling fan. And I know a lot of the older fans are gonna be like, well, the 90s was the best time, and I don't believe that. In the 90s, you only had two companies really. You had WCW and WWE or WWF, whatever you want to call it. And while they were putting on some pretty good shows and matches and stuff, there were only two. Now, like the top five, WWE, obviously. You got TNA or Impact coming back up. You got AEW starting. You have ROH, and you have New Japan. Plus, not only that, if you live in certain areas, you get like Progress, and even CMLL. I've heard a lot of good things about. AAA, I've heard a lot of good things about. Lucha Underground, I've heard a lot of good things about. I mean, being a wrestling fan, it has never been a better time to be a wrestling fan than today, in 2019. This is going to be the best year for wrestling because not only do you have that, you also have backyard wrestlers, you have international wrestlers, even like Progress ICW over in the UK. Not only that though, you have NXT and NXT UK, which will become, NXT Australia and NXT Japan and all that kind of stuff too. Like 2019, 2018, 2019, 2020, and beyond. Okay, this is the best time to be a wrestling fan. And obviously, you can disagree. Most people do. But if you do, you obviously aren't searching for good wrestling matches because this is the best time to be a wrestler and be a wrestler and a wrestling fan. Like, it's crazy. It's just crazy to me. And sorry guys, we gotta do another ad real quick. So, later this year, I'm not sure when, TBW, Team Backyard Wrestling, are going to come back. And if you don't already watch TBW, I suggest you go watch TBW. Dak Ryan and Stacks, all those guys, man, they're doing great things down there. I honestly cannot wait to see what they do this year. So, Team Backyard Wrestling on YouTube, great wrestling. Can't wait to see what they're doing. And I already talked about it, but Impact Homecoming. If you listen to this on Friday, and there's still time, buy the pay-per-view and watch it. I promise you. Oh man, you will have the greatest time. I promise you. I promise you. So anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in to this very short episode of the Weathers Media podcast of the new year. I want to say Happy New Year, everyone. Go check out my YouTube channel. I've been posting a lot more on there. We're doing this. We have shirts now. New shirts coming in. Whenever I decide to put new ones up. Only $20. $20 for anything. They have t-shirts. They have coffee mugs, pillows, everything, man. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, thank you. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for giving me a making me feel like I actually, have a voice, okay? I've been wanting to do entertainment stuff for a long time, and honestly, I cannot believe how like the audience I've grown myself. Like, it's crazy. But thank you, everyone. If you want to hear my terrible voice more, YouTube here on SoundCloud or Spotify, whatever you listen to this on. Anything, man. Thank you guys so much. Share with your friends. Tell them to listen to me. I talk about a lot of stuff. There just isn't a lot of stuff to talk about right now. But the next episode, I promise there will be a lot more. Okay, thank you for listening, and have a good day or night or where the fuck you listen to this. See you later, guys.